people are so worried about this and that happening, who made X amount of money, whose album's coming out, what's the next hot stuff coming out, alright? Meanwhile, you got these riots and chaos breaking out all over the planet, alright? And it's especially over there in Europe and the Middle East. You had Ireland, you had Greece, right? You had, what is it? They call the countries, they give them the term pigs, right? I believe it's Portugal, was it Portugal, Ireland, Greece, and Spain, alright? All those countries have been hit by major riots, alright? And other countries over there in London, alright, in Europe and all that, and now it's hitting the Middle Eastern countries real big, okay? And like we said, they're finding out that America is deeply embedded in all those riots and all that stuff that's stirred up over there, all that civil unrest that's getting stirred up, okay? So now let's go to Daniel. Let's go to Daniel 7:19. Alright? Because America, mainly why these countries are starting to hate America, even its own allies, is because what? Guess what? It's pride, okay? It's pride. How America looks down on all these other countries, okay? Just like back during the time when ancient Rome, which this scripture is what it's going into, alright? But it fits America as well. Like you got the show on Stars right now called damn, I can't remember the name. Spartacus. All right, you had the first season, Spartacus, Blood and Sand, and now you got Spartacus, Gods of the Arena. Okay, you watch that show, you see how these modern day Romans live. All right, they live how they lived that way back then, and they're living this way, the same way now. All lavish. All right, and rich. Okay, and swearing up and down that they're better than everybody else. Let's read this. Daniel 7:19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet, talking about ancient Rome, and of the 10 horns which were in his head, and of the other which came up, and were before whom the 3 fell, of that horn that had eyes and a mouth, and spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Okay, like I said, it was Rome back then, and is what? Guess what we're living in right now? A modern day reincarnation of ancient Rome. Okay, and America's look is more stout than his fellows. All right, because who are his fellows? His allies, other countries that are in the beast. Okay, that are linked up with the beast. Germany, Greece. All right, France, Spain. All right, Europe, other parts of Europe. Okay, America looks down on them other countries. America looks down on France in particular. That's one country America's always looked down upon, is France. I always talk this and that about the French. Okay, so the French do not like Americans at all. They hate Americans. They call them Yankees. All right, Russians. All right, Russians. Those are That's a country that's basically Edomites as well, alright? And America always talks all kind of trash and makes Russia look like they're not the military superpower they used to, and make fun of them, alright? Which in that case, alright, or of that case rather, I should say, Russia is a military superpower, alright? It's just because America tries to downplay that they're not looked at as this military superpower. Their military far exceeds the might of America's military, okay? And on top of that, Russia's military is not stretched thin, anywhere near as thin as America's military is, alright? So America is in for one giant tail kicking, alright? So to speak, alright? And mainly it's because of your pride, okay? Like I said, it's because of your pride. Like Proverbs, the 16th chapter. In fact, let's go to it real quick. I believe it's Proverbs 16:18. Alright, pride goeth before a fall. Okay, yep. Let's read this. Proverbs 16:18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. And that's America, alright? And it's written in the Bible, alright, throughout prophecy, that America is going to be destroyed, right? And pride is one of them, Okay? Pride is one of those reasons America's going to be destroyed. You swear up and down you're the best country in the world, your military is unstoppable, and you go around all these other countries taking what they got, alright? And then calling the people crazy who try to stand up uh um their stuff, okay? Like in the Middle East, alright? The most recent I guess in the last decade, the real brutal occurrence or attack, so to speak, for lack of a better way to put it, America did was shock and awe over there in Afghanistan, okay? Went in there and just bombed the hell out of that city, alright, in that country. Now you occupy them, and anybody that tries to stand up and fight you, alright, because what man in his right mind wouldn't stand up and fight against somebody who just came in and invaded his homeland, alright, with military, alright? They do that, and then what do you call them? Terrorists, alright? You're the damn terrorist. Okay, you're if it wasn't for the Most High being the king of terrorists, you'd make a run for that. Alright? Don't get me wrong, the Most High is the king of terrorists. He's gonna show that he's the king of terrorists soon. But all you do is go around and commit acts of terror. Alright? Among all the people on the planet. And it's a wonder why all the countries hate you and are mad as hell at you. Alright? Let's read this. Habakkuk 2. And we'll start at 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and I'll watch to see what he will say to me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And that's what we're doing, alright? We're watching. Okay, all the brothers, all the camps out there, we're the watchers, the watchmen, alright? The Shemarim. Okay? Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay? It may seem like this thing is taking a long time to chug along, so to speak. Alright, but the prophecy is going to come into effect in the Most High's time, right? When he wants them to take effect, alright? Okay, because not everything can happen at once. The Most High has it set up to where it's going to go like a perfect domino effect, alright? In fact, real quick, let me go to a precept in 2nd Ezra's. Let me find it. Here, 2nd Ezra's 5 and 46. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once. And I said, she cannot, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it, in their times. Alright? So all these prophecies got to come back when? In their time. Alright? So you're going to have you got wars, alright? Commotions in the cities breaking out in these cities, one by one, okay? Soon you're going to have the chip, alright? Soon you're going to have martial law, alright? And then guess what? You're going to have missiles. You're going to have missiles flying, alright? You're going to have missiles flying over here to America, okay? So that's what's coming. That's what's well on the way to America, alright? So let me keep reading here. It says, Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not right,
My
not
name is
upright
Tamara,
in him,
and I
but
deny
the
the
just
presence
shall
of
live
God.
by his faith. Who's that talking about? The so-called white man. Alright? His soul
He
is
wasn't
not upright
incinerated by a bolt of
because
lightning.
he's a crooked devil.
I
Right? He's
also
wicked.
touch myself
Okay?
at night.
Let's keep reading.
It's hard to say which sin I
Verse
enjoy
5.
more.
Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine.
No, it isn't.
He is a proud man. Alright? What did we just read in Daniel 7 and 20? Alright? It said his look was more stout than his fellows. Okay? It says, neither keepeth he at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as death, and cannot be satisfied. Well, it says, neither keepeth he at home. Well, first off, he should have never left Mount Seir. But now, through prophecy, of course, he spread all over the whole earth. Okay? In particular, America, which we mentioned earlier, is the hammer of the whole earth. He goes to all these countries